So this is DaVinci Resolve. I want to give a quick rundown of some of the organization that I do for my video projects. Now, this project is quite a large video project with a lot of different moving parts. So I've organized it a little bit more extremely than what I would normally do. Normally, I only have two of these bins, maybe three. These are my two different cameras. So this is the Blackmagic and this is the Canon. And then usually what I'll do is I'll throw in assets into something as well. And assets is music, logos, that kind of thing. So in this case, I have a lot more things that I kind of want to go over. Photos, which is just photos that the client has sent me to input into the video. Now, if you notice, all of these bins is me just giving up on trying to name everything correctly and just throwing it into a bin so that I know to just grab it straight and put it on the timeline right away and not to kind of leave it for too long. And then I have scenes and timelines. I'll get into scenes in just a moment. Start with timelines. So I have a master timeline, which is timeline 1, which is basically the fully synced up interview that has been exported and then sent to the client. And this is the placeholder timeline where everything is kind of just placed where it's supposed to be. No other changes have been made, and I haven't like cut away anything. This is like the raw camera footage, obviously with some edits done to them just to make it look a little bit nicer for delivering to the client. Then timeline copy 1 is where I have received notes from the client and I have pared down this entire interview into different scenes. And so I've gone through and I've actually made a compound clip of all of these different scenes. So if I just zoom in, you can see this is scene 15. And I have saved those scenes into a different bin up here. As you can see, all of these in order from what the client sent me. So essentially, they sent an email document with time codes, which is why I have this little time code counter here. And they gave me exact in between times of each scene that they wanted to keep in the video and where they would like it to be placed in sequence. So scene 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. This is the order in which the client has asked me to put these scenes in. And then the final timeline, timeline 1, copy 1, is the final working timeline that I have been through, that I put all of those scenes in. So all of the scenes that they gave me, I put in sequence here. I decompressed them after creating the compound clips so that I'm just working with the clips themselves, added the music, added images for them, and then added these markers to note some of the things that they wanted to keep as like a really shortened highlight type video. And that's pretty much it. So this is the final product that I would be sending to the client for them to review again, and then them give me a little bit of additional notes, which I have just done. And again, I keep this time code counter here so that it's really easy for the client to pick the times and tell me exactly what they want me to change. And yeah, took like 4 hours or something, 3 hours or something like that of interviews and put it into an hour and a half. Now, like I said, this isn't what I do for all of my clients. Most of the time, I just have these two folders and maybe an assets folder, and that's it. And if I'm not shooting with two cameras and I only have one camera, then that's all I got. Like if I open up another project here, I can just quickly show you like this wedding, which I was just working on. This one's a finished wedding, so I'll show you this one. So this is how I organized this wedding. So I have ceremony, FX3, music, and speeches. So it's still pretty organized. And then I have a timeline for speeches here as well. And then all this FX3 data, and then a timeline for the FX3 stuff down there. And then ceremony apparently has all the music in it as well as a logo, so that's fun. And music and more music over here. So with this, I don't have to be quite as organized, but still tried to be as organized as I can. Just helps with the workflow. The other thing that really helps with organization is uh, not this, my downloads folder, but the actual project media bin things here in my NAS. So here I have, again, more folders and more organization. So Blackmagic, digital assets, so all the photos that they have sent me, the edits, as you can see, and then the RAWs from the R6. I try and do this with all of my images. I always try and stay like super organized with things. And then sometimes when it's something like this and I only have one camera, I just throw it all into one. Like it really does change between every job. So this is a one camera situation and I just threw it in here and I'll throw some music to it, which is in like an assets folder that I have, and that's it. But other than that, this is like what I try and do. And then sometimes within like the raw info or like the camera info, I'll actually have like stabilized things as well, like a stabilization. Where's an example here? No. See, you can see that I kind of organize it all the same. And then additionally, once it has been like about 6 months, I delete all the raws and I only keep the final project. Um, I just can't hold on to like these huge file sizes forever. But let me see if I can find. Oh, it's probably in. Aha! So I'll do this additionally, stabilized. So this is using the Catalyst Browse stabilization for Sony. If I have some clips that don't look good stabilized in DaVinci Resolve, I will go out into uh, Catalyst, stabilize them, and put them into their own bin of called stabilized stuff there. But anyways, that is a really terrible rundown on organization. What do you do for organization? Leave a comment down below. Thank you very much.